hello Spurs fans. Yes, hello Spurs fans. It's Paul, the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic talk show on the internet. I'd like to acknowledge that the land I'm streaming, this great southern land that I'm streaming from right here, right this place here, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners, the Wallamadagal, the Wangal and the Camaragal, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. Recognise that this land was never ceded, and it always was and always shall be Aboriginal land. I thought I'd do a morning stream. I haven't done one for a while, so I thought I might have a day off today. Exciting news. I plugged my USB extra light in so it looks a little bit better. I nicked it for something else. Now, are we about to see the continuation this morning of The Curse of Cain? That's curse spelt with a K as well. I'm trademarking that. The Curse of Cain. I see that Mark N has piped in the chat here saying that Eric Dyer's starting. Have they got no... Are they all? They must have an injury crisis, surely. Come on. Or has Eric Dyer managed to pull the wool over another manager's eyes? I mean, he did it to Mourinho and Conte, I suppose. So who's Tuchel? I mean, he's a nutter as well. They're 1-0 down from the first leg against Lazio. But Lazio, I looked at this yesterday. Having a really bummer of a season. Is there any other news? I don't know. Let's have a look. I just literally got, I was flat out putting a pair of jeans on today. I sat here, I started the stream, and I thought, look, if the stream goes on a bit and I want to go up and get a glass of water, I've got to have some jeans on. Not a pretty look, is it? Let's have a look. Let's see what the old World of Tottenham News says. Problem is, it's just all speculation and bullshit at the moment, isn't it? It's just, ugh. This person's on our radar. Here we go. First rate, and just, Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou on his principles of coaching. Oh, what's this? This is from LondonWorld.com. Where's his quotes then? Oh, here's a quote. What happens is they bring their own personality, like everything in life, they bring their own spin on what I'm trying to create. I do the sort of broad strokes, but they're into the detail of it. So it's talking about coaches, about how he always works with new people. That's what he tends to do. He tends to bring in people and give them a start. Apparently old Kerry Kuehl has had a good start for Yokohama as well, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's see how long we can string this carcass out. Let's go to the chat. Mark in. Dyer starts for Munich. I mean, what do you say to it, eh? How does your brain compute something like that? I just don't know. Ben Kaufman, here he is. My younger clone. Feels like deja vu again. Got to work and Paulie's on. Get home and Paulie's on. I've been here all the time, man. Been here all the time. It's been been a big old shift. I'm being controlled by Jack Hargreaves and the Reverend Horton Heat. Yeah, man. I'm always watching. I'm always there. Alan Bennett, Britain's favourite taxi driver and playwright. There he is. Off to have a cup of tea with Thora Hurd. Wow, your work rate. Yeah, I haven't done it for a while, man. I mean, this is what I like doing. I like doing, a couple of streams and a video every day, but it's just, having the energy to do it. But, yeah, I might have a day off today. I had one the other day. I might have another one. Nice to see you, Alan. I hope you're back on the road, by the way. I hope your car's all fixed. The E-valve. I'm not a mechanic. Hey, hello, Derek. Hope you're all right, man. I hope you've got your eyes in the skies. watching out for our little green friends. Whoa, there's one flying off to Florida. The truth is out there, man. Truth is out there. Hey man, hope all is well. Yeah, all is well, man. All is well. 3:02 p.m. Oh, I didn't do the time check here. It's 5 minutes past 7 in the morning here. I will be doing more morning streams, I think, actually, coming soon, because it's Ramadan soon. That means I've got to get up really, really early to have food and water and all that sort of stuff. So might as well do a stream. At 3:02 p.m. Eastern time in Florida. Still Tuesday. Yeah, well, you know, you're in the past. I mean, Florida's like a couple of decades in the past, isn't it? I know Florida's the butt of American jokes, isn't it, really? It's a shame. I've been to Florida. I had a really good time. Still Tuesday there. How's the future? Same old shit, man. There's more in 24. What can I say? More in 24. Whatever we had last year, just more of that. More apps. You know, someone was excitedly telling me in the Uber the other day, because I was talking about petrol prices. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but there's no rhyme or reason to petrol prices here. They can literally vary by 30% from one street to the next. And someone was excitedly telling me about this app for one of the petrol station chains, where you can find their petrol station near you and lock in their price for a few days. You can like book the price. Like, oh god, what we're doing? Future hedge betting just to fill your fucking car full up of petrol now. That's what I mean. It's just more of that in 24, folks. God. Mark in, if Tottenham get 11 more points, we'll beat our tally for the whole last season. We're on more than that. Oh, sorry, 11. Yeah, we're on 50 at the moment. I was looking at similar stuff there, Mark. I was just comparing this year's table to last year while I was rubbing the sleep from my eyes this morning. So we're only 10 points off last year, which you're right. So 11 would beat that. I was looking at the number of goals we scored. We scored 55 goals so far. Last year, we scored 70. We conceded 63. Can you believe it? We conceded 63 goals last year. And this year, we conceded 39. But the main thing is we've only lost 6 games so far, and we lost 14 last year. So all round, really, been so much better than last year. And you know, I think there's a very decent chance we'll beat what we got 2 years ago, which was 71 points. So we're 22 off that. So 8 wins out of 13 games left, or something like that. Is it 12 games? 11? I don't know. But yeah, it's been a good season. Despite what I'm seeing on the internet, I mean, God's sakes. I had a quick look around the Spursosphere this morning and just, it's not for me. Elvis G, why don't you invent your own stories based on nothing? That's kind of what I do, but just like the real press. Clickbait. Maybe I should change the title of this to something, yeah, just make it up. It's just getting worse and worse, isn't it? The state of the press. I was saying yesterday, what was it I saw? The headline was something like, Ange makes Tottenham quit decision. And then you think, and then you read it and it's like, no, he's staying. So it's like, I mean, okay, the headline isn't strictly speaking not true, but it is bloody misleading, isn't it? It's just incredible. Speaking of misleading, how's this guy gonna put me off kilter? Always a little nugget in your Sarian's comment somewhere. Morning, Paul and Hippies. Figured a late-ish morning stream meant a day off work. Yeah, well, I might go out this afternoon. Good on you for bringing some Spurs positivity to an otherwise cynical medium like YouTube. Yeah, well, it's not just It's not just Spurs. It's the whole thing, man. There's so much. It's just a downer, isn't it? It's just a downer. It's just like I said yesterday. The internet and the world. It's just all this shit, isn't it? That's it. There's no attempt to. You know, one reason why I don't like debates, and I'm never going to do one. I've tried doing the odd one in the past, and I just sit there and shut up because I can't be asked. There's no good faith, is there? There's no, okay, this is my point of view, this is your point of view. Let's just both, talk about what we think so we understand each other. And if one of us changes our minds about something, that's like, that's not the main point. Really, it's understanding each other. There's really little of that. It's all about, I'm gonna set some devious little word traps, little plays on words to trap you, or I might use hypothetical questions are the ones that get me. Well, if you this or this, what did you do? It's like, well, I reject your hypothetical question altogether. Yeah, but you can't. Yes, I can. I can do what I want. Come on, you Spurs. Yes, you're sorry, man. Come on, you Spurs. Derek Smith 3. Hello there. Hello there. I thought by doing a stream in the morning as well, I'd catch some of you lot. Nice to see you, man. Good evening, Paul. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, all is good. Just looking out the window. Looks like it's going to be a sunny day with a little bit of haze. Oh my God. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I haven't done it for so long. And I was at the water yesterday. I'm going to go fishing today. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. The world can just bugger off for a bit. Alan Bennett, that shirt, the shirt always reminds me of Ledley King. Yeah, man. It's felt like this was when my mum and dad came over to visit me early in the year 2000. And they said, look, do you want us to bring anything over from England? And I said, because, back then Spurs shirts were hard to come by over here. I said, get me a Spurs shirt, but whatever you do, don't get the yellow one. Do not get and I kind of like it now. It reminds me of Darren Anderton, man. Darren Anderton, but Ledley King, that's a player I wish I'd seen live a lot more of. I think he was a fantastic defender. Good captain. LSG, I heard from my cousin's friend's boyfriend's sister's barber that we're being linked to Neto from Wolves. It's just... I'll wait till it happens, I don't mind doing a bit of, speculation and stuff when the window's on. Hang on. When the window's on, because I think that's. But now, you can just throw out any old name, Pele, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. It's just. I can't be bothered with it. But Neto from Wolves, is he any good? Would you buy him, Elvis? I don't know. I hear he's good with his feet, commanding in the air, and has got a nice turn of pace. But apart from that, I don't know. Hey, we got the other Ronald in. We had the other Ronald in, the other Ronnie in last night. We got the other Ronnie in. They're doing a split shift. So we're only getting one Ronnie at a time. Must be some sort of union deal going on. National Union of Ronnies, the NUR. Is there going to be any Tottenham talk? Is anyone going to talk about Tottenham on this stream? I don't know. It might be one of them streams, eh? How are you doing in the Hotspur Hippie League? I see you at Sheffield United to beat Arsenal 9-0. I was only out by 15 goals on that one. I think that's probably a record. I don't think I've been more wrongerer than that. I think I'm currently lying in a healthy 18th place in the league. I'll take it more seriously next year. No, I won't. That's bullshit. Bullshit, man. But there's some people, I mean, it's amazing. Some people are very consistent. I might bring it up later, man. You know when I bring it up, I run out of comments. That's the cue. That's my little tip. If I bring up, whenever I run out of stuff from you, like I bring up the tipping competition. That's my time filler. Some people are really good at it. Some like David Calvino, Kim62, Future Music, Glenn Hoddle's Boot, is it? Aussie's Dream. These people are always winning every week and doing really well. I don't know. I think they're on the inside. Maybe they're part of the cabal, Premier League cabal. I wonder if there's ever going to be a match-fixing scandal in the Premier League. I think there will be someday because there's just so much money and gambling and stuff involved right now. It's going to happen. I guess one of the good things is a plus side of players earning so much is it'd be pretty hard to buy one off. Pretty hard, I reckon. Derek Smith. I thought California was the butt of American jokes. No, it's pretty much Florida, I think. That's the feeling I've got. I've travelled around a little bit. I mean, basically, if you watch Forensic Files, the man from Tampa Bay, Florida, it's always Florida. It's always Florida bumping someone off for like $20 life insurance. Or, the man, and there's this thing called bath salts going around. I've no bloody idea what bath salts is, but it may be able to do very weird things. Very weird things. Derek Smith, lots of talk about Pedro Neto. So what's his story then? What's his story? Pedro Neto. Am I really embarrass my football knowledge by saying what position does he play? Let's have a look at Sofa Score. I think he is a forward, isn't he? Pedro Neto. Can't even spell it, can I? Is it one T or two T's? One T. Oh, there he is. Yeah, of course he's a forward. Of course he's a forward. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He's a winger. Left and right. Why is it? Riddle me this, folks. Why is it that wingers and forwards are always can play in any position up there, but fullbacks can't? Why is that? Isn't it like the similar thing but opposite? If you know what I mean. Why can't you have a fullback that's versatile? I mean, it's not like everyone's left and right footed or anything, but it doesn't mean you can't play on either side of the pitch. Mark in, last season Kane scored 30 in the league, I believe. Yeah, I think he scored something. Yeah, he did, didn't he? I don't miss him. I don't miss him. Of course, if he comes back, I'll change my mind. Hypocrite. I mean, what do I know, man? What do I know? Kim62. Oh, you're watching the Bayern game right now. It's on, isn't it? Yeah, it kicked off 19 minutes ago. It's a game. What? Hang on. Still watch. Oh, right. Still sitting watching Bayern. Ah, dear, oh dear. Sorry, get my head ready. Sitting watching the Bayern. It's a game, football. Still strange watching Kane in red. Oh, yeah, that would be. That's why I don't watch it. Dyer getting the nod, I know. He's like... Is he like that? Is it Paul McKenna? Or the Little Britain? Look into my eyes. I'm a good defender. A pressure game for them. Lazio won it 1-0 up from the first leg. Can't lose this one. Or what? Well, I always say that whenever I hear this is a must-win game, or what? Not like the centre circle's going to like open and there's going to be like lava and all the players have to jump into it. It's like, okay, you just lose a game, don't you? But it would be, I mean, this is it if they lose this. No trophy for Harry Kane. Oh, look at this, a super chat. Hurrah! Thank you very much, Elvis. Breaking news. Bloody hell, I haven't done that for a while. I forgot I even had it. Hang on, this, where is it? Here we go. Breaking news. Oh, I've got to start reading ahead on these things. Super chats and memberships are available. They certainly are. Thank you very much, Elvis. There we go. Derek Smith, Master Clickbait. Yeah, well, that's my name, Beatty, isn't it? So, you know, I love it when the penny, you can see the penny drops in idiots' eyes, because, you know, I don't hide my name, it's Paul Beatty. But when people go, oh, hang on a minute, Master Beatty, it's like, yeah, you are the first one in my 51-year life. I was talking to my dad about it, who passed away several years ago, but yeah, it's the same with him at school. It's like, fucking hell, man. Well done. Master Clickbait. That's appropriate in my case because I do have a master's degree. Keep studying, kids. You could end up being an Uber driver just like me. Eltel Cockerell. Morning, young man. Smash the likes. Yeah, well, you know, watching's all right. But if you want to do that, I suppose it's cool, isn't it? I don't really get all that. There's too many numbers in YouTube, and I think if you start looking at them all, I reckon with my head, I'd probably just get focused and obsessed with the one figure that isn't doing very well. Nah. But thank you very much, Eltel Cockerell. Hope your channel's going all right, sir. Derek Smith, who is a member of the Hotspur Hippie commune, by the way. Elvis G, I became a hippie member the other day. I've now got a job. Are you giving your first bucks to me? Oh, Derek, thank you very much. Paul helped me through a tough period in a small way. I'm replaying it. Oh, well, you know, we're all in this together, man, you know. We're all in this together. It's us and them. And the good thing is, there's always more of us than them. The way I look at it. I hope your new job's going all right, man. I'm glad I could help in a little way. That's nice to hear, man. Well, you know, your comments, man, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. Like, if no one commented, this stream, it would have 30 seconds, because I had nothing for you today. So thank you for your help and support and comments, Derek. Very kind of you. Derek Smith, I saw Pele play in 73. Bloody hell, man. Wow. Plymouth. He played against Plymouth Argyle. Wow. He scored a penalty. Well, I suppose I saw Maradona playing a Spurs shirt. But, I mean, Pele's Pele, isn't he? Fucking hell. Playing your team as well. Ha! Wow. So we just don't have those names anymore. I mean, you know, people like, you know, the Pelés and Maradonas, they're like head and shoulders above everyone else. But who are the names these days? I'm wondering if Jude Bellingham might become one of those. He's certainly showing signs of it. He's got a bit to go, but he's only young. But then bloody Pelé won a World Cup when he was what? How old was Pelé when he scored in the World Cup final? In was it 62? It must have been 58. Was it? Yeah, Brazil won in 58. Brazil 5, Sweden 2. Pelé scored. See, he scored 2 goals. Pelé scored 2 goals in the 1958 World Cup final. He was 18. No, he was 17. Yeah, 17. Bloody hell, man. Oh, at long last, it's been a while. It's been a while. Well, it's been since the watch along I did the other day. But here we go. We can do this. We got 2 Ronnies. Welcome, Ronnie. By the way, sometimes when I have idle moments in the Uber, I do a little bit of video editing on my phone because you can do so much on a mobile phone. It's amazing these days. There are a few things I'm sitting on that I've not had a chance to use. I won't play all of it because you don't deserve it, to be quite frank, but here's something I knocked up a while ago. But Anyway, it's enough of that. I've not had a chance. There's not been 3 Ronnies. I had 3 Ronnies in once. And I thought, oh, right, great. I'll do months ago. Months ago. Anyway, Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. Hi, Paul and chat. Can't wait for the weekend and Smash Filler and Matty Cash. I think it's a double smashing coming. Can't wait, man. It's going to be an exciting game, I think. It's an exciting game. Alan Bennett, did you watch Aaron Lennon interview? It crossed my path somewhere, but no, I haven't watched it, man. He said Ledley King, best player he played with. Well, he probably was, wasn't he? I mean, Ledley King was amazing, absolutely amazing. He reminded me of what I've seen of Bobby Moore in a way. Bobby Moore had that. He could just. It wasn't like even a slide tackle. He'd just get the ball. He's like, size it all up, and he could just tell when the ball was. He could get the ball, and the other player couldn't. Whoops. And Ledley King was like that. Ledley King was like that. He could just size it up, bing, and then keep the ball in play as well. Alan Bennett, Dennis Irwin. Oh, yeah. He's a great player. Great player. He's really good for the Republic of Ireland as well. Could do both. Class player. Oh, right, fullbacks. He was a well, so I'm not, kids out there, aspiring kids, you're not good enough to be a midfielder or attacker. Fullback is usually like the shittiest player. But make something of yourself. Play both sides. Give your coach options. Alan Bennett. I refrain from this one as well. Alan Bennett says, I get the same with my name. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's obvious, isn't it? Maybe I'll retire the taxi. Plus Gordon Bennett. Gordon Bennett. Who was Gordon Bennett? Why was that a thing? Do people still say Gordon Bennett? Daniel Sandoval, big up to all. One love. Come on, you Spurs. Derek Smith, I saw you on Spurs fans' reactions, Paul. Yeah, I don't know. That guy, he does those videos so quick. He's on it, man. He's on it. It takes him, I don't know, about like less than 2 hours. It's like an hour, and he's got those videos up, and he bleeps things out. Really good job. Really good job. I know when I do my match highlights, and I'm using something to help me as well, it still takes me, I suppose, about half an hour. I could probably, if I really got into, I could maybe do one in 15 minutes, but that's just me. And he's got, I think he had, eight channels that he was looking at. So, yeah, brilliant job. Brilliant job. Fan Reactions FC. You and Jacob's channels were priceless. Well, see, I think if you're going to do a watch along, you might as well. I almost feel like I'm, excuse me, maybe not a game, but at least down the pub, something like that. And So I get, I like to express. It feels good to let it all out. But thanks, Derek. Yeah, it's good fun. Yeah, I saw Jacob. Jacob when he goes, oh. It's almost like he turns into someone from The Exorcist when we score. Not today, not today. Just shit like that. Good head. Of course, a famous Bond lady from Moonraker, Dr. Goodhead. I think that was when they were really scraping the barrel, scraping the barrel for names. Yeah, Dr. Goodhead. If I was to make up a Bond girl name, I think I would call her Heavenly Box. What up, hippies? It's Goodhead. Come on, you Spurs, big weekend ahead. Yeah, although it's after the weekend for me. It's Monday morning at 2 a.m. Oh, here we all are. Here we all are. So at least I know what you lot are talking about, which is a plus, isn't it? Because usually I like come to these things and I think 17 what? 17 what? And then, like gaslight the chat. What are you lot on about? But yeah, 17, man. 2 goals in a World Cup final. It's crazy, eh? Crazy. And now it's like, oh, he's 22. Is he ready to make his debut? Fuck me. Usari in the centre circle is lava. Sounds like a great innovation. For Cyberball, we haven't had Captain Cockerell in for a bit. He must be busy beavering away, finding out how to do it. Well, we've got the pitch, man. We've got the pitch. I'm sure with all that hydraulic technology, which I'm suggesting we use to tilt the pitch each half, so the opposition's always running uphill. But I'm sure, with just with some firmware or something like that, you could just innovation for Cyberball. Yeah, there's so much scope. There's so many things you could do with football to improve it when you think about it. The first, I don't know, 10,000 years. Don't tell me your mob at some stage weren't kicking something around. I'm pretty sure that all countries around the world have had versions of football. It's such a basic idea, isn't it? I know in England they used to do it between villages miles apart. There's no rules or anything like that. But I think there came a stage in humanity's development where you just had a bit of free time and you could dick around a bit. Football, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? But yeah, all the first 200 odd years of association football, I think it's time for a rethink. No idea is a bad idea. Oh, isn't that a corporate load of wank like this, dude? No idea is a bad idea. All right, let's have 2 days off. It's a bad idea. Be serious. Take this serious, Paul. I'm just going to get a glass of water, folks. I knew the days were coming near the end of my corporate career when I was at this conference once, and our company owner unveiled this new logo, and it was like some sort of, I think it's Chinese lettering or something, and he said this symbolises, our company and an attack on a future. And I jokingly cracked the joke. I said, "Oh, what? Moving forward?" I picked the most bland fucking thing I could think. Moving forward, and he said, "It means it's Chinese for moving forward." And I thought, "Oh, fucking hell, oh shit." Didn't last long. I knew I was on my way out. LSG, Paul, do you think the Villa game will be make or break for a Champions League place? There's a lot of games left, man. I mean, maybe because we've got. I don't know about make or break, but I mean, because we've got to play Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal yet. So they're three chewy games, aren't they? I don't know what's Aston Villa's running like. I mean, they've got Champions, Europa League sort of stuff as well, haven't they? So they got West Ham, Wolves, they've got Man City, they've got Arsenal, and they've got Liverpool. Okay. It makes it harder, doesn't it? It makes it harder. But on the other hand, is fifth place kind of up for grabs yet? I don't know how all that fucking quota stuff works. Coefficient. Don't you love it when they bring lovely words, fun words like coefficient into football? I hate that. I think if you're expanding the Champions League, just give it to countries. I mean, surely with the amount of teams qualifying for Champions League, every country gets at least their champions in, don't they now? Or do they still have to go through this qualifying crap? I mean, that's not right. I mean, 5 places in Champions League. The top 25% of the top quartile of the Premier League gets into Champions League. I don't know, man. Sounds like a load of shit to me. Good, Ed. Really excited to see Van der Ven and Watkins match up. So am I. Is it Ollie Watkins? Yeah, that was it. I think, hey, look at me. Oh, blow my own trombone on that one. What advanced football knowledge that is, eh? Probably one of the most widely talked about players in England. And yeah, I know him. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, no one's got the better of Van der Ven. I've got to keep saying Van der Ven. That's how Dutch people would say it. Van der Ven, no one's got the better of him yet, have they? He's an absolute beast. What a signing Van der Ven's been. Incredible. I had a Dutch guy in the car yesterday, actually, and, we're talking about football as you do, and I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if Van der Ven got a call up for the Euros. I don't know if the Netherlands even qualified for it. But, no, he set me straight. There's loads of Dutch defenders at the moment. He said their problem is they've got nothing else. Kim62. I remember when Bale was being vilified, yeah, because we could not get a win when he played. It was a long old streak, wasn't it? And look how he turned out. Johnson is going to develop with Ange. I like Agnes, though. I haven't seen that typo before. With Agnes's coaching into a great player. Give him time. No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I just... It's all cult of the now, isn't it? The new. It's like if you don't immediately perform, excuse me, you must be rubbish. You must be crap. You must be a waste of time. And I'm with you, Kim. He's got the rest of the season, and like if he starts doing stuff like he did last match, well, he's going to be ahead of schedule as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I've give him time. I mean, I think where Johnson has been going wrong is, and I think people have said like is decision making at the end. But when he gets the decision right, it's a quality product. So he's just going to work on that a little bit more. Like when he decides to put the ball across into the box, it's spot on. It's always bloody spot on. It's just when he decides whether to go around the player and do that or do something else. That's the bit he's got to sort out. But when he gets it right, gets it really right. So, yeah, no, I like what I see out of Brennan Johnson so far. Derek Smith, Pele was a true superstar. Played for the love of the game. The money wasn't there money wasn't there. That's right. In 1973. Argyle agreed to pay Santos £2,500. Wow. After seeing the crowd, Santos demanded an extra $2,500. What? God. Well, that's 5,000. isn't it? What's that? So okay, so 5,000. What's your capacity there? 5,000. I mean, so what? How many people? Do you know what? How many people turned up to the game there, Derek? I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it probably is because, like, 1973. That's before all the Jim Callahan. One of Mike Yarwood's only 3 impressions, and bins weren't being collected. I don't know if anyone remembers the late 70s or mid 70s. Fucking awful, fucking bleak. And to fix it, we got in Thatcher. I tell you, gonna get it from time to time. Derek Smith Johnson's doing fine, yeah. I mean, he's getting goals and assists and shit. Isn't he ahead of that blonde boy for assists? Odegaard? Yeah. It's very picky, very selective, how people choose to criticise Tottenham or Tottenham players based on a certain thing. Whereas someone over here, another team or another player for another team, exactly the same or worse, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. It's strange, it's weird. Alan Bennett, Dyer nearly scored, did he? I think the clue there is, keyword, nearly. I remember I had it once where I was in the Uber and a cat ran out in front of me and I braked. Didn't hit the cat, And the passenger says, "Oh, you nearly hit the cat." And I said, "Yeah, the key word there is nearly, which means I didn't." Fuck's sake. Dyer nearly scored, eh? But he's got a head shaped like a 50p piece, isn't he? So it just comes off at weird angles. I mean, was it against Chelsea? He caused us a net difference of 2 goals because he fluffed one up at our end and fluffed one up at their end. Derek Smith. Champions League is all about the money. Yeah. Seems like the football is almost secondary. Yeah, I like the do or die knockout, 2 legs. It made every cup competition exciting. Every European cup, every European tournament, get it right, interesting. And there was something about, when they showed European matches on the TV when they were broadcast from Europe. I don't know. I think Europe used the same broadcasting system, but there was something. Like the commentary sounded different. The colour saturation was slightly different. It was the same in World Cups. There was a flavour about it. Whereas now everything is in HD and blah blah blah. It's all the fucking same. Whereas you could tell when you're watching a game from a foreign land. It was exotic. It was out of, because when it was in England, it was just mud and shit everywhere. I mean, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It was just but then it's like playing in Bulgaria or something like that. It's exciting. Whereas now, it's not. Doesn't give me the same buzz. The buzz I would get in the Champions League is when you get to the knockout stage. The group stages, I think, are just, I find them a little bit boring, really. When we got in the other year, and I didn't find any of those matches we played to be particularly entertaining. I suppose there was the Marseille one, but we were shit most of the game for that anyway. And then when it came to the knockout stages, we completely bottled it. And I mean, that is just alien. We used to, even like we've won 3 European competitions, but we also used to go deep into them quite a bit as well. At least get through a few rounds. And the same in the cups. Even when we didn't win the cups, we often would go quite, do quite all right. And I think it was, Tottenham Hotspur were always a team that over 2 legs we could beat bloody anyone. Home and away, we could do them. Not last year though. Mile High Hotspur. Hey, hello, Leo. Hang on. Let's do some justice to bloody Leo here. Where is he? Where's my? Oh, you are a mod. Put your channel in, Leo. Put your channel in. There's no, you know, whatever here, man. Leo does really good match day vlogs. I find it really cool to watch Spurs fan, like a load of American Spurs fans, be as crazy as fans that when I used to, go to the pub and go to games and stuff like that. It's the same. We're all the same. It's heartwarming, Leo. I do enjoy them, man. Mile High Hotspur, the highest. What do you say it is? The highest Tottenham channel or highest Tottenham fan club in the world? Of course, he means altitude, folks. Strictly altitude. Because Denver, Colorado, that's all it's known for. Here we go. See, this is what happens, isn't it? 23 games. I don't know what that means. I was talking. I vaguely recollect something, man. But Kane scored. The curse of Kane could be quashed. All right, here we are. They're all rattling in now. Here we go. You can tell how much I give a fuck by how much I'm watching it. I'm glad you lot are keeping me informed. Oh, look, we're all rattling him in here. Kane's team 1-0. Here we go. Look at him. Bang, 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 bang. Even getting a little fist from Ronnie. Oh, right, I remember this one. Bloody hell, that's a big capacity. I suppose this is back in the 70s, though, wasn't it? Where you could just like fit 5 million people onto a postage stamp there was no health and safety or anything like that. I was talking to a mate of mine the other day about like his experience with rugby league, which is similar to football back in the day, where at the end of the game you could run onto the pitch. And then you get onto the pitch and you sort of, what do I do now? You sort of just like leave the pitch again. And then they they decided, oh no, we can't have that. Too risky. People will fight with each other and all that sort of shit. We'll put fences up, and we know what, tragedy came about because of all that. And then they put the fences back down, but no one's running on the pitch. I want to see pitch invasions. They're fun. I'm not talking about violence or anything like that. That's not my gig. But just running on the pitch and just fucking about a bit. It was fun. When I used to go, there wasn't much scope. I think, there was always fences at Tottenham, but there were other grounds you could do it on. Wimbledon. Did it at Port Vale. That's disappointing. But you could do it now and then. Just run on the pitch. It was just fun. Too much fun. Safety third. Yasarian, Agnes, yeah, it sounds like the Bizarro version of Ange. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's never popped into my head. It's so obvious now. Look at it. Agnes, who I imagine plays low bollock football. That's the official term. By the way, I've forgotten who coined this yesterday. It was not me, but I like it. It's not low block football, because I hate the term low block. Gives credibility to anti-football, time-wasting bullshit. It's low bollock. Just one. One low bollock football. Yeah. Agnes. Plays like 6 at the back. Running to the corner flag. Gets players to fall down with cramp every 5 seconds. Entices the crowd. Psst, keep throwing extra footballs on the pitch. I've seen that a few times at grounds this year. But, the fans just, people, something mysteriously more than one football ends up on the pitch. And according to you are the ref, I remember, 2 balls on the pitch. That's it. Game stops. If a goal's scored while there's another ball on the pitch, it doesn't count. Which begs the question, right? What sort of ball? What sort of ball counts as more than one football? Because I remember an incident once where I think it might have been, was it a game Liverpool were playing? Where a guy takes a shot and somehow like a big inflatable beach ball had got on the pitch and the shot deflected off the beach ball just enough to beat the keeper and it was a goal. So I don't know the specifications of what the extra ball must be because obviously that one didn't count for some reason. It didn't count as a football. Maybe it's diameter or something. Excuse me a second. Maybe the referee's got like one of those things they use in cricket, like a big plank of wood with a hole in it, and if the ball can pass through that, well, no, that wouldn't work because people could throw. Well, but people throw tennis balls on the pitch, don't they? It's like a non-violent protest. That doesn't stop the game. So what? That's my question for today. What counts as the football? And then by the time anyone answers it, I'll be scratching my head going, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're on about. Gaslighting. I'll try and remember that one. What counts as a football? Alan Bennett, I will forgive Kane if he scores the winner versus versus Arsenal versus Plumstead FC. That would be awesome. That would be fantastic. But Arsenal, are they going to get through? Aren't they? Are they down as well after the first leg? Or is it just one goal or something like that? Yeah, they're one down. They might not even get that far, man. Might not even get that far. I hope not. There you go. So what did you go for? What was it 37,000 down to 17,900? Same at Tottenham. Our record crowd was in the 1930s at White Hart Lane, something like 70,000, and here we are, 100 years later, billions of pounds on infrastructure and facilities, and we've got the capacity all the way up to 60,000. You can't stop progress. I think it's a shame. It's a shame, isn't it? It's like this, people can't be trusted. I don't know. Woodstock, 300,000 attendees, no police, no problem. Now in Sydney or in New South Wales, if you have a music festival of more than 1,000 people, you have 500 cops just looking over your shoulder, making sure you're all behaving yourself, and the organisers have to pay the cops £2 million for their attendance. Just let people do, rock and roll, man. Rock and roll. Let it all hang out. So there you go. So your attendance at Plymouth Argyle's halved. So that immediately implies your ticket prices would have had to have doubled to keep all the players, on the same wages and all that. Players' wages have gone up. There's TV rights, I suppose, offsetting some of that. Crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I do talk about the good old days, and I'm under no illusion that they will come back. I think they're gone. But I like to keep the flame alive. There's always a little bit of hope somewhere, isn't there? Well, in some countries, South American countries, or I'm sure there's countries around the world where they're still kicking on just fine doing this stuff. Kevin Marr, I liked Eric Dyer the same as I like John Pratt. I like John Pratt, though. I mean, are you saying you didn't like John Pratt or you like Eric Dyer? I like John Pratt. He was a cool guy. I mean, he was all right, man. He wasn't, he was a cool guy, though. Cool guy. Here we go. Here's Leo. Here's Leo's channel. Pop on over. Show him a bit of love. Very nicely put together little montages he does there. Thank you, Paul. No, anytime, man. Just don't even wait for me to say it, dude. Just do it. Do it. Same with anyone, right? If anyone's got a channel, I don't care. Maybe, when I've got, 5 million subscribers, I might rescind that. Because, people will be spamming in there like Minecraft 24-hour channels. But, bugger that, Why not? Who doesn't like a bit of Minecraft? I've never played it in my life. Yasarian, if you like to know about First Nations ball game, Google Mon Grook. Ah. I'll do it now so I won't forget, because I will instantly forget. I'll just say, yeah, I'll do that, and then it will completely go out of my mind. So I'll just, oh yeah, there, okay. If I click on it, it should go into my history. I'm just curious now. Wallarung people, Kulin people, where were they? Where were they based? Oh, Victoria. Is that Victoria? Well, sorry, I shouldn't even say Victoria. That's bad context, isn't it, man? Sorry, dude. Sort of southy middle loop of Australia. Bass Strait, yeah. There we go. 5 Nations. Djadjaburrung, Tongarong, Wallarung, Bunwarong, Wattarong. So I'm really sorry about pronunciations there. So was it a hand game? Games featured punt kicking and catching a stuffed ball. Well, I mean, you know, in England that's the way it was all. You know, you could run with it in your hands. There was a I remember reading this. There's some recounts of there were actually rules in the oldie Englishy world of football. There was a tactic called shinning, where I think you couldn't quite tackle people, but you could kick them in the shins to derail them. You could shin them. But I mean, this probably is very similar. You see, people are the same, aren't we? We're all the same. All the same. Catching a stuffed ball. Earliest accounts, oh, well, we don't, earliest accounts of European settlement. I mean, bloody hell, I could have been playing the game for bloody 60,000 years, though. Oh, so that I knew Australian rules football had some sort of Aboriginal influence, but yeah, I'll look more into that. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I mean, look, there's people from all over the world here. And now and then we get people from Korea in, India. I want to know about your games of football as well. I'm sure it must have been a worldwide thing. It's in. We like to play. We like to play. Okay, you got food on the table. But as far as I'm concerned, when we got fire going, that's it. When you can make fire, that's party time. Party time. But no, we had to get bogged down doing shit like inventing the bloody wheel. Who needs a wheel? What kind of bollocks that is? Game 62, 2-0 by... Oh, I sounded disappointed. I suppose I am, aren't I? But, okay, well, no, well, good. Well, no, all right. Alan Bennett, before Bale won a game. Yeah. Oh, okay, right. Okay, I'm joining the dots now. Thank you. I've got all the pins with bits of string joined together now. Thank you, Alan. Was it? What did you say? It was 23 games before we won a game. It was a long old streak. The Bane of Bale. Was anyone calling it that? Oh, it was offside. So is it still 1-0? 1-0 Bayern. Alan McFarlane. Bayern aren't winning the Champions League anyway. I think I'd agree with that, man. I can't see it. They're just wobbly, aren't they? I mean, look, not like I've watched them, but I've watched some highlights. Some of the goals they've been conceding are just... Is Pedro back for Villa? Are we sure about that? It'd be great if it is. I thought Royale did an all right job. But he's no Pedro Porro. I think Emerson does a better fill-in for Porro than Davies does for Udogie. Adam McFarlane, one of your best shirts there. Yeah, well, the old letters are starting to come away from the shirt, but it's the advertiser. But I mean, 24 years old, 25 years old, it's not bad compared to the shit you buy nowadays where the sponsor's faded, which I'm all right with. And then And the new one where the iridescent stuff just came off, and underneath is blue plastic, the same colour as the shirt, so you can barely see the badge. I did contact Tottenham Hotspur about it, and I said, look, it was a gift from a friend of mine in England. This is what's happened. I don't really involve my mate, because, you know, that's a bit of a bummer and a pain in the arse and all that. Unless they just give them a refund, perhaps. They did respond. They said, look, send us a photo. I haven't got off my arse to do that. But look, yeah, 25 years old. But the main thing is, you know, the badge was stitched. I remember in somewhere in the 80s, they did start experimenting with this sort of, it was like a foam, kind of a foam badge. And that faded as well, horribly. But you can't beat bloody stitching. It doesn't go wrong. Doesn't go wrong. Darren Bent. I can't remember. Yeah, sorry, and I remember an international game where the Socceroos' opponent deliberately and obviously threw a second ball onto the field. Ah. And the referee allowed the play to continue, which resulted in a goal for us. I can't remember that one, man. But, I mean, strictly speaking, it's not a goal. But the rule does say the referee shall administer the rules as they see fit. So it's up to the referee. It's kind of the way of saying There's Sydney, all getting pissed off, blowing their horns. They love their horns over here. Yeah, the referee. It's like saying the referee's decision is final. It's something like the referee can administer the game and administer the rules in the way they see fit. So I suppose if the referee thought it was deliberate, then it should be a goal. Funny though, isn't it? Alan Bennett, my bad. Darren Bennett, Sunderland versus. We're talking about the. Is this the inflatable beach ball thing? Is that what we're on about? Sunderland. Yeah, it was Sunderland. It was Sunderland. Yes. Was it Darren Bent? Was it really? Was it Darren Bent who did it? Oh, okay. Here we go. It was Darren Bent. Wow, I can't. I can't even remember him playing for Sunderland. Wow. Darren Bent's beach ball goal against Liverpool is considered one of the craziest, most hilarious moments in Premier League history. It was bonkers, wasn't it? Just deflected it by, I suppose by the time it got to the goalkeeper, it was maybe a foot. It wasn't much though, was it? It was just a bit of a deflection, but the keeper was fucked. I think the keeper might have even gone the wrong way. Brilliant. Here we go. Ronnie's on the money. Highest recorded attendance at the Lane was 75,038 for the FA Cup tie against Sunderland. March the 5th, 1938. Horns going. I don't know if the mic's picking up there. Chill out, man, you know. Wouldn't it have been fantastic? I mean, you know, you watch these old British Pathé movie tone reel news, and there's just loads of people all in ties with flat caps smoking smokes on a hill. I'd love to have done that. Kev Knight. Hi, Paul. Hi, Kev. Good to catch you, matey. Like a few in here. I have one eye on the Bayern game. Yeah, your eyes are all more than mine. You've got one eye. I mean, there's a joke in there, mate. Kev has his one eye on the Bayern game. It's definitely not low bollock football. It's quite a good watch. Okay, end-to-end stuff. It's 2-0. So it is 2-0. Is that right? It's 2-0. 2-0 to Bayern. I'll just rely on a new lot. Derek Smith. Derek Smith cheating. No, you're cheating. Spurs record Premier League attendance 83,222 versus Arsenal. It was at Wembley. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I mean, Wembley's another thing they totally arsed up in my opinion. I mean, it's my opinion. It's such a redundant phrase, in my opinion. Well, I'm saying it, aren't I? Wembley was a fuck up. But what I don't get why at least they couldn't have somehow kept those towers there, kept that. And all I heard about was, oh, we need to upgrade the facilities. Why? Like I say, White Hart Lane, Bovril in a polystyrene cup at half time, trough for a toilet, which was deeply unpleasant in the winter because it was very steamy. It was all right though. But Wembley, it was all about upgrading the facilities, and it's just not. I mean, I've not been to the new Wembley, but just on the TV, you know, you'd have FA Cup day and they'd have the Goodyear blimp looking down at Wembley. I remember coming out of, you know, Wembley Park station, and you'd be just, you know, you'd be walking up that road, and it was something else. It was magical, because that was the same. They were the same towers that just. It felt like they'd always been there from the beginning of football. Obviously, they hadn't. When was Wembley, the original Wembley, built? Late 1920s, maybe, something like that. It was after the old White Horse final. Where was that played? That was played at I can't remember. Was it White City? White City, something like that. But you know, very, very historical. And then you see it, and your team's playing there. It's amazing. And now it's just hoops. Fucking hoops. Bullshit. Okay, so that game was at Wembley. I suppose it counts, but Premier League highest, but not English football's highest. Oh no, there's games at 130,000 or something mad, aren't there? Mad. You imagine that? And people are worried about transport. People just somehow got on and did it. You kind of accepted it might take you a few hours to get there. You're not going to get a great spot, but you didn't give a shit. And now it's like, oh no, I want to get there in 5 minutes. I want to be chauffeur driven right up to my seat, and have some fluffer take care of me before the game. And you know, it's all bollocks. Alan Bennett, can I put mum? I don't know if you. There might be terms of service on that, man, for YouTube. Are you like fake taxi driver? Fake taxi driver. If Knight. Not that I'm bothered about the result. I just like good football. Yeah, much the same as we get now at the Lane. Yes, yes, man. And hopefully we'll get a good game at Villa Park. Look, I think we've been playing pretty well away from home as well. I think for some reason it seems to be playing away this season is difficult for a lot of teams. I don't know why. I think maybe I could be completely wrong on this, but I think maybe in recent years home advantage hasn't been that big a deal. For a lot of games, but now it seems to be creeping back in. I don't know. I don't know. That could be complete bullshit. Kevin Marr. I love John Pratt. Oh right, cool. My point was I'm glad social media wasn't around when I used to go and see him play. He would have been crucified. Yeah, but players don't. Not all players go on it, or not all sportsmen are into social media, are they? Sebastian Vettel. He doesn't give a shit about social media. If you're not on it, you don't. It's just. I don't. I don't understand it. It is a different world, isn't it? I suppose if you've been on it sort of since you were, because it's been around. What's social media been around now? Let's say 2010, maybe. Let's say maybe let's say maybe 10 to 15 years. So now you've got a lot of professional sportsmen that would have been starting social media as a child. So I guess it is different for them. Um, but I don't get it. I mean, of course, people are going to be mean to you. Of course. Not here, though. Not here, though. This seems to be a finely curated bunch of people here. I mean, that's the way I want to do it. I was talking to a mate of mine last night. And you've seen me do it now and then. I'll get rid of people because what my theory is, if you just let them in and you let them have their say and you let them derail the chat, because what annoys me, it's not so much. It really isn't what people say about me or slagging me off. I don't really care. It's just they start picking fights with people in the chat. So then you're all, you're focused on that and all that, and the vibe comes down. Like, I love Jacob's phrase, keeping the vibes immaculate. I wish I'd coined something like that, but it's spot on. So it just turns into that. I'd rather, from right now, I've always been doing this since I started the channel back in June. If someone gets too much out of their pram, and I don't mean just disagree, I don't care about that. But when someone's a troll, get rid of them. I don't care about losing a sub. I could not give a shit. Because I think you get to a certain point, if you let it all go, by the time you get to, I don't know, 5,000 subs, then you're fucked. It's too hard to manage because these pricks are all on WhatsApp groups. They're all messaging each other. Yeah, what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word that they use for, like, winning an argument. I put them in the mud, not that. Destroyed. That's the word people use, isn't it, on the internet? Such and such destroys. Destroys. Fuck off. Destroys. Hyperbole City. So then they all come in, but if you set your stall out and fuck them off, they're still going to come, but in dribs and drabs. That's what I want. I want it to be a fun place for people to come. That's what my idea is anyway. Slow but sure, Derek Smith, record attendance, 84,569. Manchester City versus Stoke City. Played at Main Road. Wow, 1934. There you go. I'm sure that, look, if it was all bollocks, people wouldn't go, would they? Let alone 84th. If it was like the Jets versus the Sharks in West Side Story, is that what it was? East Side Story? Whatever the fuck. Then, or Crips versus Hoods, is that a thing? I don't know. East Coast versus West Coast, rap battles. If it was all like that, would you really get 84,000 people going? No. No. People can look after themselves. Derek Smith. I think it was called The Curse of Bale, or The Bale Curse. But The Curse of Cain, curse spelt with a K. Has anyone done that yet? Has anyone done that? Fucking hell. I bet they haven't. So, just to put it on the record, hang on. There we go. There's me. Makes it sound a bit gangster. KRS-One, Gangstar. Scott LaRock. Mr. Fun Eddie. Big up Paul and the commune. Oh, Mr. Fun Eddie. Another member of the commune. G'day, man. Nice to see you, dude. Thanks for popping in. Jacob. Hey. Hi, Paul. I'm live soon if you want to join me. If you're not working after this. Yeah, I'm thinking of taking a day off. Let's see what time you're on, man. I'm kind of happy whittering on a bit. Until I've got quite a few comments to get through. I'm quite enjoying this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, I'm just trying to work. Oh, is that? I think I've just got the half an hour warning from Jacob's channel there. I can't even type in the right shit here, can I? So, IT. I worked in IT for like quarter of a century. Can you believe it, folks? Useless. And he's probably typed in, yeah, half an hour. Hang on. Well, what I'll do is though. Bear with me, folks, a second. I'm just going to make sure that when I do finish, I pass everyone over to Jacob. How the fuck do you do that? I've forgotten. Is it settings? No. I always keep... Because I do... How do you do it? Customization. That's it, isn't it? In Twitch, when I used to do Twitch streaming, it was easy. You just go /raid channel name. Redirect. But here you got to go here, fucking here, click on this. Then you click on that. Far out. I wonder if he'll let me do it when you haven't gone live yet. Probably not. You know, it's... Bear with me, folks. Jacob just does this like nonchalantly as well. You can't even tell he's doing it, and he'll just say, "Oh, I'm sending you all over such and such." None of this fucking around. No, I can't do it yet, can I? Stupid. All right. Well, I know you're going live in half an hour. If I go another half hour, I'll do that. How about I'll do that. I might go a little bit longer anyway. But when you go live, I'll make sure I set it up, man. I'm live soon if you want to join me, buddy. If you're not working after this, yeah, no worries, man. By soon, I mean 45 minutes, which was a while ago. Yeah, no worries, man. Come on, man. We can't be having things like that. It's not even funny, that. This is appropriate. Oh, come on. Werner has a cross in him to the back post. Happy you got a goal. BJ. Brennan Johnson showed a lot of mongrel. That was awesome, stealing and assisting. Yeah, no, it was great. Brennan Johnson, that was an amazing bit of work he did. Amazing. It was fantastic. Stealing and assisting. Stealing and then persisting and doing it. James Paratrooper, how much does it cost for decent seats at a Tottenham game? I don't know. I've periodically looked at how much season tickets are and always been horrified because my first season ticket was £36, £35. It was concession. I was a child. Adults were 70 quid. And he used to go up by £1 every year until I remember the year when fucking it went all cedar and it went from 70 odd quid to 200 in one bloody year. Derek Smith. Here's a link to the White Horse Final. There we go. There we go. The White Horse Final. White Horse Final, where all the people were on the pitch. So the fuzz went in with a horse to clear people off the pitch. Does it still get mentioned these days? I mean, I remember every bloody FA Cup final. I mean, bear in mind that the FA Cup used to start with about, 6 hours of stuff before kickoff. The White Horse Final is shown every year. It's James Paratrooper, g'day man. Me and my wife are planning to go to England for a match next season. Nice one. That's cool. I hope you have a good old time over there. David Calvino, someone who's sickeningly good. Indigestionally, vomitingly good at the Predict the Football competition. Evening, Paul and chat. Evening, David. Yeah, you should get yourself a job in football. Craig the Gecko Man. I reckon Johnson will become a real weapon for Agnes. Are we calling him Agnes now? Is that it? No, I like your Sarian, man. I think Agnes is the bizarro Ange. So when we're talking about we need to play more pragmatic football, that's when we bring on Agnes. I think Johnson would become a real weapon for Agnes. A bit like how Abadar was at Celtic. Yeah. Well, the front. I mean, Celtic was so entertaining to watch, and anyone that says, "Oh, it's only Scottish football," can fuck off because they didn't watch it, and I watched it, and I still watch the odd game. And Celtic. Here's the thing. Celtic are nowhere near as fun to watch as they were last year. Nowhere near. They were amazing last year. They were so much fun. So much fun. And people down in England were looking on paper, oh, they were shit in the Champions League. I'll tell you what, man, they played much better football than Tottenham in the Champions League last year because they gave it a bloody good go. A bloody good go. And then they get Brendan Rodgers, a proven Premier League manager. Not as good. Not as good. Oh, Coover, man, what the fuck? A super chat from Coover, dude. Thank you very much. It's such a long comment. Oh, it's a super chat. I can't read it. Hang on. Hang on. I've got to get closer to my screen for this one because it's all weird in the other thing, so I've got to read it off this thing. Fucking hell. Big up, Paul. Here's a few quid for mostly seeing the game of football through the same lens that I do. I know, it's just fucking about, isn't it? It's an enjoyable pastime. It's something to have. It's fun. Winning the style and always attack, even if you're shit. Even if you've got Vinny Samways on the pitch. The other 10 players, even the goalkeeper kicking it forward, you got Samways backwards and sideways. Game management should just mean score another goal. Is Manchester United getting any flack for parking the bus? No, because what they did was they admitted, oh, Manchester City are better than us. This is the only possible way we can get something out of the game. You'll never see that for Tottenham Hotspur. Case in point, Celtic versus bloody Real Madrid. Real Madrid last season. Which was a crazy good game to watch. And I think Celtic, yeah, they ended up losing 3-0 in the end. Let me just find it. But I'll tell you what, the fans loved it. Obviously disappointed not to win. Okay, they got done 5-0 away at Madrid. And 3-0 at home. But if they parked the bus, they would have come away bored and still losing 1-0. The Celtic, I was watching it in disbelief because Celtic were hitting the post, you know, just going wide by this much here, that much there. I wonder if, hang on, let's have a look at the stats. I'm curious now. I'm curious. 10 shots to Real Madrid's 12. 4 shots on target to their 6. You know, it was fine margins. And really, Celtic's downfall was at about 60 minutes. They just couldn't do it anymore. They really couldn't play at that pace. I think that's when perhaps Madrid. Yeah, there you go. Madrid scored 56th, 60th, and 77th minute. By then, you know, Celtic had kind of run out of puff. I'd much rather see that than us against AC Milan, man. Game management should just mean score another goal. That's the way you do it. That's what I liked about the game on the weekend, man. 2-1 up. What do? We go for 3-1 up. And we were going for 4-1 up. But, you know, we weren't stopping. It's what makes it fun, man. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's massive, man. 10 quid. Thank you very much. That's 2 billion Australian dollars. I'll be able to buy myself a uranium mine and close it down. What I'll do. Rest of the world, fuck off and get your own uranium. James Paratrooper, someone told me it would cost like $400. I don't know what currency you're talking in there, man. That can't be true. I think 100 quid, aren't they? 100 quid for decent seats at a decent game. Ballpark, is that right? Something like that for a game of Spurs. Maybe a bit less. John Lee, we will beat Aston Villa. I should change this to John predicts. John predicts we will beat Aston Villa. David Calvino, where are you from, James? What the fuck? Mr. Fun Eddie, I saw a reseller in Australia. Ooh, we're going to Ticket Universe or something. Yeah, 500 Aussie dollars, so it's about 250 quid roughly. I don't know what the exchange rate is. It's usually 2 for 1 roughly, isn't it? From a third party. Everyone taking their cut. John's adamant. We're going to beat Aston Villa. Mr. Fun Eddie, member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. I understand if you join Come On You Spurs membership, you can access an exchange. Yeah, where even that. Wouldn't it just be nice if that? I mean, that's a Tottenham thing, isn't it? If you could just do it without having to. I don't know how this works, but I'm assuming when you do this that Tottenham take a percentage. So they've sold the ticket once and they're getting a cut on a resale. Is that I'm right in that? Wouldn't surprise me. Fuck's sake. They've become their own scalpers, haven't they, almost? The exchange no guarantee. Okay. Alan Bennett. Draw up in Scotland 120,000, yeah. It's just, yeah. Fuck the man. Fuck the man. Yeah, I just have to sort out my snozzle again. David Calvin. Oh, okay, we're on about tickets, ticket prices, blah, blah, blah. I'll skip that. James Paratrooper, how do you join the membership? You know, last time I looked for the Sydney Australia membership, it just, I wonder if it does now, but at the time there was no price there. You had to fuck about, you know, I don't know if you had to create an account, check your email to come. I'm not doing all that, so I don't even know how much membership costs in Australia. I don't know what you get for it. I suppose what you get is the satisfaction at helping your club out. I suppose I don't know what else you get. Cuva 99. I definitely have used the. Hey, this is a good one. This is a good one. Use the headline Kane and unable. Oh. Biblical. Kuva's trying to summon a horde of locusts down on the Bayern Munich. Kane and unable. Buys a journo. Brilliant. Ah, you gotta love Fleet Street meathead hacks, haven't you? They're not even capable of doing good puns like that. The best one was when Celtic got done by Caledonian Thistle. What was it? Super Caledonian Thistle. Celtic were something. Oh yeah, Super Caledonian Thistle. Celtic were atrocious. I mean, that's Super Caledonian Thistle. Celtic were atrocious. That's genius. Oh, well, I suppose you could have Kane saying Rosebud, but no one would get that these days, would they? James Paratrooper, this is Dyer playing and Kim Min Jae is riding the bench. How's that work out then? Is Kim Min, what the fuck's going on there? No wonder Tuchel's on his way out. Is he just trying to fuck it all up before he goes or something? Is that his modus operandi? Well, if I can't have the team, then you can't have any shit either. Ugh. David Calvino, I tried to get Manchester City and Arsenal tickets sold out by the time it was my turn in the queue. Oh, God. Make sure you have tickets before you travel. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. You probably could get tickets by some hook or by crook method when you're over there, but you will pay an awful overhead on them, man. Why is Dyer playing? I don't know, because he's Harry Kane's friend. Kev Knight, Paul, I'm still undecided as whether I prefer standing on the terraces. Yes, man. I have that. Or what? Or the more sanitised sitting in comfort. I would take the terraces any day, man. Any day. Football, in a lot of ways, kind of died for me when they put seats on the shelf. Fucking hell, that was... It killed a lot of it. Maybe atmosphere's come back in other ways since then or something, but nah, man, nah. And it was the same when you used to go to away games as well. You'd all be in there fucking about. It was brilliant. The seats. I mean, are you not allowed to even stand up? Like when me and my mate went and saw Paul McCartney a few years ago. And we started dancing because, you know, we'd had a musical cigarette. And it was brilliant. If Paul McCartney's playing near you, wonderful show. So we started dancing, and there's this family of twats behind us, rich wankers. And this guy taps me on the shoulder and says, "Oh, we sit down, please. Sit down." And my mate, this isn't his first rodeo. I thought, what? But my mate just turned to him and said, "I suggest you go and talk to security about it," because he knew what the answer would be. Security. The guy comes back later as, so he misses a couple of songs. He's moaning at us not being able to see the thing or hear it or whatever. But he pisses off for 5 minutes, misses a couple of songs, comes back and says, apparently the security guard says you can dance in front of your own seat, which my friend knew well and good. So it's just mutterings about, there should be more consideration. It's like, fuck off, it's rock and roll, you twat. It's a rock concert. We're not watching Madama Butterfly or Tosca. Fucking hell. We're watching one of the biggest rock stars around that's still alive, probably. Well, no, he is, isn't he? There's no question about that. It's Paul McCartney. Whether you appreciate his music, he's number one at the moment. Historically. Can't dance. And that's why I feel about football, man. The way I feel about football is standing, getting shoved around. Yeah, you get the... I broke one of my fingers at a game once, but who gives a fuck? I got St John's ambulance, gave me a cup of tea, and I went back for the second half. It was all fine. I do like my comfort. There we go. We've become soft, Kev. Soft. James Paratrooper, what the hell is wrong with that idiot biometer? Yeah, I know, man. Mathwin, good evening. Good evening, Mathwin. Is that a Welsh name? Borodar, if it is. If it isn't, well, what do I know? Oh, it's another goal for Kane. 3-0. We're all talking about how to buy tickets. James Paratrooper, when I win the lotto, I'm going to buy an apartment in London, watch Tottenham Hotspur games live at the stadium. It's gambling, man. Jacob, what? Oh, you're talking to each other, sorry. Kev Knight, Harry gets another. Maybe this is no more. Maybe it's not a thing anymore. It's a shit font, isn't it? Got some sort of spooky font. I don't think I have on this laptop. I haven't installed bugger all on this. Oh, maybe some scrolly stuff. There we go. I've really asked that up. I can't get it on the screen anymore. Anyway, professional streamer. Smash that like and subscribe. It's not going to cure my cock-ups. In fact, if you do it, I'll be quicker because I'll get the Rode Procaster 2 and there'll be just quicker cock-ups. Bayern are turning the screw against Lazio, just like we're going to turn the screw on Villa. Smooth segue, man. Get a job for Capital Radio if that still exists. This Sunday, can't wait. 4th place, here we come. Why not? TB, I just jumped in? Did I miss the debate channel update? Well, we did one a while ago. We'll see how it's going. Yeah, they've turned. Alan Bennett, I think if I was standing at Spurs, if it was standing at Spurs now, you could get in 80,000. Why? Well, then, not that I'm suggesting fans do something like rip up all the seats at every ground in the. I mean, that would finish it, wouldn't it? If every fan at every football ground in England just fuck these seats and like did a Millwall versus Luton, that would be it. No, we just do what we're told. Sit down. Fuck off. Cuva 99's also getting soft. Back in the day, I'd been 100% standing drunk with my mates. Nowadays, I want my comforts. We've got all flabby and decadent, haven't we? Haven't we? We're all... dear, oh dear. Alan Bennett, when you go to away games now, everyone stands up. Oh, okay. What, in front of their seats? I heard some expression that, and it really made my skin crawl. They're going to bring back in safe standing. Fuck. I mean, at least if they just... Why don't they just call it standing? Just call it standing. What's safe standing? It's standing, isn't it? Far out. Safe standing, just to appeal to wankers. We're being safe. Safe standing. How do you stand safely? I mean, most people can stand up without falling over. There's probably OH&S rules. Like, I remember, I used to have to do loads of inductions and shit like that. And you always maintain 3 points of contact when you're going up the stairs, which means hold both handrails. Apparently, just holding on with one hand, that's not safe because you've only got two, haven't you? Because you're walking. You might 3 point. Maybe that's it. If you stand on one leg, out, banned for life. That's not safe standing. That's reckless standing. Mr. Fun Eddie, Perth Glory still has the shed standing here. I think Jacob's gone live. So what I'll do is I'm just going to no, you can't refresh it, of course. Why would you be able to easily refresh it? Not like, why the fuck isn't it showing up? Ah, is this right? Is this the title of it? Sun Heung-min? Is that what Jacob's talking about? It says upcoming, but I don't know if he schedules 3 or 4 of these in advance. Yeah, it is. All right, I can do it. All right. Save. Okay, all right. So when I eventually retire from here, which might not be that long, everyone's going to pop over to United Spurs of America. Still has the shed standing area at Perth Glory. Excellent, man. Excellent. Kev Knight, Paul, talking of concerts, I remember going to Ipswich Town to see Rod Stewart. Well, you know, it was all seating to start and ended up with everyone standing and dancing. What a night. And Celtic logo on the bass drum. Why not? I saw David Byrne from Talking Heads over in Sydney a few years ago. And, you know, Sydney crowds. I could tell you a few stories. You know, I'll dribble them out about going to concerts over here, about the appalling lack of rock and roll ethos in Sydney people's heads. But David Byrne, when he was he sung like a quite slow thing to start off with. He was walking around with a brain. It was weird, but it's cool. And he said, look, an important thing about music is dancing and getting into it. And he just encouraged everyone to stand up. It was so nice to hear. So, you know, and that was the other thing about Paul McCartney. All you can see is fucking this. Hundreds of these. Oh, God. What have we become? Just to show you, mate. Oh, look, I went and saw Paul McCartney. I didn't actually see it myself because I was just watching it on my phone to make sure I got the frame right. I'll never ever watch this again, but I just want everyone to know I saw Paul McCartney. So I don't know if anyone's heard of Limmy, Brian Limon. Limmy is a comedian from, well, not just a comedian, all-round talented guy from Glasgow. He does Twitch streaming. He used to have a program called Limmy's Program in England, or Britain. Sorry, gosh, fucking hell. He wouldn't like it if I said that. And I remember he showed this clip of it was Paris. I think it was Paris on New Year's Eve. You know, it's the Arc de Triomphe. And there was like fireworks and lasers and shit like that. And there was a big crowd there, and all you could fucking see was this. So you couldn't even like see the thing. It was like, you know, when you had the royal wedding in 1982 or whatever it was, and there was this phase of people having these periscopes made out of cardboard and two mirrors. And it got to a stage, it was like an arms race. So before, like, everyone's like, you know, whatever height they are, all doing a bit of that. Then all of a sudden you had these big, like, pillar boxes. There's like fucking hundreds of them. All you can see is like them. People peering through little slits. And now we've evolved as a society. We've gone past analog, just reflection, to digital. Everyone's just doing that. So all you can see is phones. Give me strength. It's all fucking bollocks. That's what it is. It's all fucking bollocks. I hope the neighbours don't think I'm having a domestic. All right, I think we might be coming to the end nicely. Thaddeus, David Byrne's American Utopia. Yes, that was it. That was it, man. That was the tour he was doing, American Utopia. Was glorious, even in a terrible venue. You saw it in Adelaide. Yeah, wasn't it amazing, man? It was brilliant. It's like I don't know, between 10 and 15 piece band. I can't count. But they were kind of mobile. They were walking around, so they all had their instruments with them. There's probably two drummers, I think, keyboard player. And at one point, David Byrne made a point. He said, look, you know, some people might think we're playing to a backing track. And so he played this song, bringing in the instruments one by one. It was precise. It was great. Oh, yeah, man. David Byrne, Talking Heads are probably they are my all-time favourite group. Love them. And he played loads of Talking Heads songs as well. It was great. All right. Hey, I'll just leave on this note. I have noticed that when I've watched clips of, German, clips from the Bundesliga, the German crowd still seems to have a load of fun, flags and shit and flares and bollocks. I don't know why Why we can't do that in other places. We had a hit run on board rain until COVID. There we go. COVID buggered it up. All right, folks. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to say goodbye to you all here, but I'm going to pop over on the Jacob stream if he'll still have me. You know, he might have reneged on it, but I'm going to like fart about. Maybe get a bit of breakfast first. Thanks for joining me, folks. Really fun stream as usual. Thanks for keeping it going with all your comments. Thanks for watching. If you click like and subscribe, it's cool. If you haven't, well, you know, what am I going to do? I'll just finish with Usaran because he says stop making sense. YouTube's message to the Hotspur Hippie commune would be to stop making sense. No, it'd be don't worry about the government. That's what it'd be. All right, man. And if you're watching it later, I hope it's distracted you from the year 2024 because there's more in 24 and life and all that. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.